Joseph Mengele came from a privileged background. He had a likable personality and performed exceptionally well academically. After obtaining a doctorate in anthropology from the University of Munich in 1935, he furthered his education at the Frankfurt Institute for Hereditary Biology and Racial Hygiene. During this time, he studied under Dr. Ottmar, a supporter of Nazi eugenics. Driven by his intense fascination with heredity and racial factors, Mengele embarked on research endeavors related to birth defects. In 1937, at the age of 26, he became a member of the Nazi Party while working under Dr. von Versur. The following year, he joined the SS, a paramilitary group formed within Nazi Germany. Between the decline of France and the Soviet Union's invasion, Mengele was involved in assessing Polish nationals for potential Germanization. However, in 1943, his combat role came to an abrupt end after suffering severe injuries during the meat grinder offensive at Rostov. After returning to Germany, he was assigned to serve at the Auschwitz concentration camp, where he began his duties in May 1943. Auschwitz, the largest Nazi concentration camp of World War II, underwent a transition upon Mengele's arrival. As the camp's killing operations intensified, he became directly involved as a medical officer in the atrocities. Accounts from survivors and guards describe him as an enthusiastic and omnipresent figure at the camp. He willingly took on extra duties, oversaw operations beyond his official rank, and maintained a constant presence. Mengele's neatly pressed uniform and enigmatic smile became his distinctive traits. As the selection officer, he determined the fate of incoming prisoners, deciding who would be sent to work and who would be immediately sent to the gas chambers. Additionally, he assisted German doctors, supervised inmate medical staff, and conducted his own gruesome experiments on thousands of selected prisoners. Mengele's experiments delved into the depths of human horror. He targeted identical twin children, viewing them as perfect subjects for studying hereditary influences. By comparing and contrasting their physical traits and behavior, he aimed to gain insights into genetic patterns and correlations. He meticulously measured their bodies, injected mysterious substances, induced illnesses, and subjected them to painful procedures. When one twin died, the other was immediately killed, and both were dissected for comparison. Mengele's character also included a tendency to act on immediate urges without considering the potential consequences. In one instance, when a middle-aged woman refused separation from her 14-year-old daughter, he resolved the situation by shooting both on the spot. He displayed a callous disregard for life and made hasty decisions affecting thousands of vulnerable inmates. In 1944, Mengele took on a managerial position at the camp. He oversaw public health measures while concurrently conducting his sadistic experiments. During outbreaks of typhus and scarlet fever, he ordered blocks of women to be gassed and their barracks fumigated, repeating the process until the last block was clean. His experiments became increasingly brutal, including sewing twins together, scooping out eyes, and vivisecting children who once considered him a kind figure. As the war neared its end, operations at Auschwitz slowed down, and prisoners were force-marched to Dresden. With the Soviet army closing in, Mengele fled Auschwitz, leaving behind a trail of unimaginable suffering. Mengele spent several years in hiding, mainly in South America. Despite multiple attempts by Israeli agents to bring him to justice, he managed to evade capture. He first settled in Argentina under a false name and even established an illegal medical practice in Buenos Aires. However, his activities drew the attention of Nazi hunters, and efforts to capture him escalated. In 1960, the Israeli intelligence agency tracked down a man believed to be Mengele in Argentina. However, the mission was aborted due to concerns over mistaken identity. Mengele managed to maintain a relatively quiet life, aided by contacts and sympathizers within the local German community and certain elements of the Argentine government. In 1979, while living in Brazil, Mengele drowned while swimming in the ocean near Bertioga. However, it wasn't until 1985 that forensic experts confirmed the identity of the drowned man as Joseph Mengele. His remains were subsequently used for medical research, contributing ironically to a field he had so brutally violated during his lifetime.